I've already fast forward to Liverpool, Barcelona. Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Great day of action, of course, across the board. Jan, where are you?
I am in Oslo.
Oh.
A new resident. If you score so many goals as I have done in my career, I have to change residence then and again. So, yeah.
You've been kicked out?
No. My wife said to me, do you have to be so loud in your voice when you're on ESPN? So I'll try to be a bit calmer.
Well, I'm not sure if that will happen. Who had the best day, Jan? Martinez, Rodgers or Dembele? All getting hat-tricks, of course.
Martinez is used to do that. I will say, and Dembele being playing for PSG, I would say Rodgers. I mean, what a story. I mean, coming from Middlesbrough in a great, exciting Aston Villa team, it was good to see him go home with the match.
Why he picked.
Yeah, Borough. The Borough link, wasn't it?
Soft spot.
It's got to be Dembele, isn't it, Craig?
Why?
Because Craig got angry because we were talking about it.
No, I got angry because you just kept going back to Dembele. we were talking about as if he's like 22, 23 and he's going to make this breakthrough. He's 27.
Maybe he's a late bloomer.
He's had
Some of us
big chances at Dortmund. He had big chances at Barcelona. He's been inconsistent at PSG. He's been better recently.
He's annoying.
It's
annoying. Well, it is, because we were sitting talking about him earlier, right? And the fact is, the only person that's going to change Dembele is Dembele.
That's himself.
There's absolutely no question. This is a guy who, for a period of time, all of a sudden, will be working hard in training, he'll be putting the miles in, he's producing goals, and then all of a sudden, it'll just stop, because his mindset will go back to, well, I don't need to work as hard, and I can have another night out, and all that stuff. This guy,
Stevie,
players like him are so annoying.
back in the days, who were the three most annoying players in your generation?
Oh my God, you're asking three. He struggles to get one, Jan. What a
He should have a list. He should have a list of annoying persons.
I tell you, it was when Frank Leboeuf said he could argue Dembele's the best player in the world at the moment. That is when I was like, stop.
Did he say that? I missed that bit.
Yes, that's why I was like, stop.
Right.
One.
Just one. Just give us
Come on,
Just give us one.
Come on,
I
baby.
was trying to think of players who do something brilliant, but then you never see them for the rest of the game.
Right.
And Matt Le Tissier was somebody who falls into that category. You know, he would score an unbelievable goal that would be an absolute worldie, but then he would disappear and you never see him again.
That's a bit
As great as ability as he had.
He carried Southampton for
Many a year.
Where to?
Well, as far as
Where did he carry them to?
well, that's harsh on Matt Le Tissier. He was,
Wow.
No, listen, talented as he was.
No.
I think the one
won't
thing
say
with Matt Le
anything.
Tissier you could say is, well, why didn't he move to a bigger club? But that's his hometown. He wanted to play for Southampton. That's the only. But it's a bit harsh, that.
Stevie, secretly, did you want Manchester City eliminated because they could be a sleeping giant if they advance out of the playoff stage? Did you want City eliminated?
I wouldn't have had a problem if they had been eliminated.
That's yes, then.
Yeah, why?
So,
They're not a threat to Liverpool this year.
no, but I mean, I don't think they're a sleeping giant, by the way.
Okay, what are they?
Because this group of players is going to be doing what they've been doing recently for the rest of the season. They mentally are in. We all sit here and we've been talking about how until that final whistle's gone, you never know whether they're going to lose a couple of goals.
Yep.
If we're thinking that, you can bet your bottom dollar they're thinking that or not. They don't feel safe when they're 2 goals ahead either. So that's why they're not a sleeping giant this year.
They're just nothing.
What, previous years they've been a sleeping giant?
I didn't say that. I said this year.
But they are giants and they are sleeping. So then the definition.
Unfortunately for them, they'll be sleeping for the next 6 months and all.
Well, you'd know a bit about that.
And from a man who was
In the dressing gowns?
Mr. Moreno.
Oh.
The Champions League playoff begins in 2 weeks. How much can Manchester City improve in that time?
Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah.
The answer is not enough.
They're going to have Mamouche, aren't they? And Kuchanov. And whoever they might pick up
They'll
next week.
improve, but not enough. Now, from the perspective of Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, they don't necessarily want to play Manchester City because there is enough talent on Manchester City that could trouble one of these two teams. But on the whole, you have to imagine that even if Manchester City improve, it won't be enough to get past either Bayern Munich or Real Madrid.
Jan, we talked about on the show, John Duran going to Saudi Arabia at the age of 21. Would you have done that, and what would be your motivation?
Money.
Yes. Would you have done it?
Good question. It depends where I am at that stages with my national team, I guess. But
where were you? Where were you at 21? Take it back to us then. And if Saudi Arabia comes knocking?
I was at Rapid Vienna. If I went to Vienna, I'm not sure that I played football at that time. They didn't have that money, at least back in the days.
Yes, but if they did.
Yeah, I understand, Dan, but I'll try to answer it. We know that in the dressing rooms now around the world, even at the biggest clubs, they are talking about the wages in Saudi Arabia. So I think that this thing that only the older players, only the players who don't have a future and so will go to Arabia, I don't think that. I think we would see even more going there. And Duran going there now, nearly Boniface as well, although that was a playing game by Al Nassr with Leverkusen. But still, I think we can see a lot of younger players going to Saudi Arabia in the next seasons.
There's two places you only go for the money. And Jan's been to one of them. So he's not been to Saudi Arabia.
Middlesbrough.
Barnsley.
Oh, okay.
Don't go to Barnsley for the money. You got to get paid what you go to Barnsley.
Do you disrespect Swindon?
Don't disrespect.
Oh, Swindon.
Hey. Barnsley, very proud people. Don't have a go at Barnsley, please, Craig Burley.
Right. You're 21, you're John Duran.
Okay.
Would you second guess yourself? Oh, you're on. Yeah,
I'm going. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
You understand it, Stevie?
Probably.
Yes. Craig, what does Pep have against fullbacks?
We haven't got any.
Well,
He did Rico Lewis on the bench.
You just saw one
Nunez.
yeah, what's with Nunez? What's the fascination with him?
I've no idea. Maybe he thinks he'll do what Guardiola did. If you remember, when Guardiola started playing left back, he wasn't particularly great. Certainly hasn't been as bad as Nunez, but he kind of stuck with it, Pep. And actually now...
But that guy's at least a defender, Guardiola. Nunez, nowhere near a defender.
That can be, for me, that can be the only reason why he's sticking with Nunez in that position, because so far he's been rotten. But he did it with Guardiola, so maybe he thinks some miracle's going to happen. That can be the only thing.
It's why at the weekend it was strange that Chelsea never stuffed the ball down Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
Left him isolated, one-on-one, get the ball out to him. They didn't take advantage.
Think of that potential matchup. If Ferran Jutgla today did what he did to Mateus Nunes, and Bradley Barcola did what he did last week to Mateus Nunes, Vini, Rodrigo,
He's dropped.
Mbappe.
Benny's getting dropped.
I'm just saying, it's those 1v1s, it just doesn't make sense. It's a mismatch.
Craig, have you ever slipped while taking a penalty like Watkins did?
No.
No? Jan?
Half of it against Oliver Kahn, terrible penalty, and he saved it in the Bundesliga. But that slip, that was amazing. I've never done that. Didn't David Beckham do it once?
Yep.
In the World Cup?
Yep, John Terry did it in the Champions League final, didn't he?
Yeah.
Look at you.
So it's been done before.
Must have been that meeting we had yesterday.
Well, what about a player who frustrated you?
Yes, top 10 list. 3. Final question. Final question. Craig, did you ever do a superstar soccer phone call like Stevie did?
No.
We discussed this yesterday, of course, a premium rate line in which you get to chat to Stevie. There's quite an interesting bunch of characters on there. Which,
Hello, get lost.
Definitely Rogues Gallery.
Jan, would you ever been called upon to do this?
I have done so many different things in the 90s, and I've probably done versions of this. Absolutely.
Wow.
We tried everything.
Did your phone ring? We learned that Stevie's didn't.
It didn't ring.
Well, apparently now you can ring him up. You can now ring him up to ask him how the new format works.
Barcelona, Liverpool.
Just put Stevie's number at the bottom of the page.
On the left side.
Yes.
That is it then. That brings us to the end of today's show. As we mentioned, of course, Friday is the draw. Tomorrow we do it all again, but with the Europa League.
Hey!
Who's in?
Hey.
I don't know. Steve.
Yes! You'll have a better understanding of how it works, Stevie.
The Europa League is different. No, it's not.